Long ago in Japan, a land of fierce samurai and dark sorcery under the rule of a mighty shogun, unfolds the legend of the 47 Ronin warriors left without a master. At the heart of the story is a boy named Kai, trained in dark martial arts by Tengu forest demons. He falls unconscious in the woods while fleeing near Wakanai. A group of samurai find him. Suspecting him to be a Tengu, one samurai Oishi attempts to push his face into a creek. Kai fights back, swiftly grabbing Oishi's sword. Their master, Lord Asano, ruler of the Akko domain, a very noble and kind man, gets impressed by Kai. He orders his men to spare his life and they take him with them. As Kai grows up, he falls in love with Lord Asano's daughter, Mika. Although he is considered an outcast by the other samurai, he is fiercely loyal to Mika and her father. One day, as an adult, Kai is in the woods with the samurai when they are attacked by a giant beast with antlers. The beast destroys everything in its path. As the men start to surround it, the beast easily overpowers them and knocks them off their horses. A samurai named Yasuno tries to chase the beast, but is easily thrown away. The beast stops, turns, and charges towards him, but before it can deliver a final blow, Kai slowly approaches, lifts Yasuno's sword, and rips its chest open. The beast falls and dies. Kai returns the sword to Yasuno. Though Kai saves Yasuno's life, gratitude never comes. Yasuno snarls that death would have been better than owing his survival to a half-breed. Later, the crowd hails Yasuno as the beast slayer and he remains quiet, taking all the praises. But Oishi's sharp eyes catch the blood on Kai's hand, fueling a quiet suspicion about who truly struck the killing blow. From a distance, Kai notices a white fox with unusual eyes, one gold, one blue. The fox is actually a shape-shifting witch named Mizuki. Mizuki serves Lord Kira, the ambitious ruler of a rival province bent on seizing Akko. Enraged by the failed assassination of Lord Asano, Kira's reaction all but confirms that the beast was his creation. When the hunting party returns to Akko, Mika asks if anyone was hurt, though beneath her calm voice, her worry is fixed solely on Kai. Later, she slips quietly into Kai's hut, finding him by the fire, shadows dancing across his face. Finding a wound on his back, she tends to it. Kai knows that they cannot be together because he is not of royal blood and merely a half-breed. Kira visits Akko in preparation for the arrival of the shogun. During the visit, Kai spots Mizuki, disguised as a concubine, and recognizes her by her unusual eyes. He reports this to Oishi, who isn't moved and warns him that only a demon can see past a witch's disguise. A duel is arranged for the shogun's entertainment between Kira's best fighter, a giant, and Asano's chosen combatant, Yasuno. However, Mizuki bewitches Yasuno, making him unable to fight. Kai secretly takes Yasuno's place, wearing red armor and a mask. Kai engages in the duel with him, but he is defeated, and his mask flies off, exposing him to everybody. The shogun orders the samurai to kill Kai, but Asano intervenes, taking responsibility for the incident. Kai is beaten until he is unconscious. That night, Mizuki bewitches Asano by creating a spider from a purple liquid. The spider crawls onto Asano's face and releases the liquid into his mouth. Asano starts to hallucinate, seeing Mika being attacked by Kira. Asano, in his bewitched state, attacks the unarmed Kira. Samurai rush in, their armor clattering as Oishi stands frozen, watching in horror while Asano moves like a man under a dark spell. The shogun sentences Asano to death for striking Kira, but allows him to commit seppuku to die honorably. Asano tells Oishi that he was doing this to preserve their clan and asks him to look after Mika. Asano takes his own life while his clan and Mika watch in terror. The shogun then gives Kira control of Akko and Mika, allowing her 1 year to mourn before she has to marry Kira. The shogun also declares Oishi and his men to be masterless and therefore Ronin, forbidding them from seeking revenge. Kira, taking advantage of the moment, banishes them and threatens to hunt them if they are ever seen in Akko. Kira, fearing retaliation, has Oishi thrown into a pit. Oishi is held there for a year. He is eventually released and thrown in front of his family's house.
What of the half-breed?
His son informs him that Kira is set to marry Mika soon, and that Kai has been sold into slavery in a Dutch town. Oishi finds Kai in the town, where he is forced to fight for entertainment. Kai has become an animal, fighting in the pit, killing giants and monsters alike. Oishi enters the ring to fight Kai. Kai charges at him, but only when he mentions Mika's name does Kai recognize him.
Mika!
The two escape, and on the way back, Oishi admits his mistake for not taking Kai's words seriously when he mentioned the witch. Kai threatens to kill him if he bends in front of Kira again. Kai and Oishi gather up the remaining Ronin. Together, they vow to avenge their master and send Kira to hell. Oishi takes a map and says he will lead them to a village where they will be given swords. The Ronin travel to the village of Uechu, where the sword makers reside, but Kira's men have taken over the village and eliminated the sword makers. As they are about to attack the Ronin, Kai single-handedly takes them all out. In a desperate attempt to get weapons, Kai suggests traveling to Tengu Forest where demons reside, but Oishi believes it's a myth. Kai then reveals it to be real and that he was raised among them before he fled. Kai has vowed never to use the dark powers they taught him. Oishi agrees and Kai leads them to the mystical forest. Destiny brings Kai back to the very place he once fled decades ago. Kai warns Oishi not to draw his sword under any circumstances. Inside the temple, Kai faces the Tengu lord who had once trained him. He taunts Kai for working with humans and warns him that if Oishi draws his sword, he along with all the men will die. He also reveals that Kai's mother abandoned him in these very woods to die as a child and that he will never get to live with Mika. Kai then uses his Tengu powers and beats the master in a move to grab the sword. The master is proud of Kai. Oishi, meanwhile, faces an illusion of his men being attacked and killed by the Tengu, but he resists the urge to draw his sword. Having passed the test, the Ronin are given their swords. The Ronin then plan to ambush Kira on his pilgrimage to a shrine. They soon find out that it is a trap set by Mizuki, who is disguised as a geisha. Mizuki uses her fire powers to attack the Ronin, and many are killed. Mizuki, believing she has wiped out the Ronin, takes Oishi's sword and leaves. The surviving Ronin, including Kai and Oishi, decide to infiltrate Kira's castle during his wedding to Mika. They disguise themselves as a band of performers. Other Ronin climb the castle walls and take down guards. During the performance, Oishi reveals himself and attacks Kira, starting a battle. Mika uses a knife Mizuki has given her to attack Kira, and then she and Kai are reunited. Mizuki soon transforms into a large dragon and attacks Kai and Mika. Oishi and Kira fight in a room and Oishi eventually wins by beheading Kira. Kai fights the dragon with relentless ferocity and at times the Tengu sword shields him from fire. She nearly kills him numerous times until she thinks she's taken him down. Kai sees Mizuki ready to kill Mika, but he grabs his sword and taps into his dark powers, rapidly moving in time to drive his sword into Mizuki's head. She reverts to her human form before she dies. The Ronin, having avenged their master, visit Asano's grave and place Kira's head there. The shogun, though he respects their honor, sentences the Ronin to death for violating his orders. He allows them to perform seppuku and be buried with Asano. The shogun pardons Chikara, Oishi's son, so that he can carry on Oishi's bloodline and serve Akko. Kai and Mika share a last moment, promising to find each other in the next life before he takes his own life. Mika later reads a message from Kai, who reiterates his promise to find her in a different life.